you. Good evening, members. Today we are here to have knowledge series on the SEBI Circular on relating to disabilities compliances for websites, mobile applications of regulated entities of stockbrokers. In this regard, we have with us Mr. Prakash, who is expert in this domain, is doing compliance on the circular pan India, and also we have with us to give introductory remarks CA Suresh Krishnamurthy sir, and he is having serving his second term in ANMI as national president, and he is the associate. He is also an associate member of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, associate member of Institute of Company Secretaries of India, fellow member of Insurance Institute of India. He is having more than 30 years of experience in finance, securities market, accounts, internal audit, and marketing, and mostly served in financial services sector, and for a short period served in media sector. With a variety of capabilities and served in various organizations, his enriched experience in the area of capital markets is going to benefit us a lot. And we request Suresh sir to give the introductory remarks on this occasion. Thank you, sir.
Good evening. Thank you, Prasad ji, for your introduction. I welcome Prakash, Kovvali, Mahesh, Desai, my colleague, and other ANMI members, directors who are all today joined this webinar. ANMI, as a part of knowledge series, arranged this particular webinar, keeping in mind that the deadlines for the implementation of this particular requirement is nearing. So it becomes more necessary to know the intricacies of each and every aspect of implementation and also how to implement. Many members are really confused and still they have not made up, rather created a pathway to implement this particular circular. Because it's a new circular, new thinking, in a significant move towards financial inclusion, SEBI has directed these intermediaries, that is us, to make digital KYC processes accessible for persons with disabilities, known as PWDs. This decision actually follows a Supreme Court judgment on April 30th, 2025, which emphasized equal access to financial services for all, including PWDs. So SEBI, this applies to all stockbrokers, mutual funds, portfolio managers, and others. These entities are now required to ensure that their services, especially those involving digital KYC and account opening, are accessible to PWDs. To help these things, the SEBI also updated certain FAQs related to KYC as well as account opening for persons with disabilities. They have made it that PWDs should open the accounts independently, guardianship provisions, digital KYC must be accessible, flexible liveness checks, thumb impressions, allowing of thumb impressions, disability details can be noted while doing that, manual review of rejected KYCs, etc. So ultimately, SEBI updated these rules mark a strong step towards the inclusive finance in India. By ensuring that digital KYC accessible, the regulator is helping persons with disabilities participate fully in the financial markets. So the objective of SEBI circular is that, of course, it's offshoot of a Supreme Court order, but the intention is that all persons have equal rights in accessing the capital markets. So that's how we have to, so it becomes necessary on our part to provide those facilities which are necessary for people concerned. So here only there is a problem. How to, convert your existing facilities? What are the things required? Somebody has to do some exercise, access, rather review your platform and give you, what are things to be done, how it is to be done. If that is done, the gap is bridged. If nothing is done, then the gap is exists. Then once again, and every time we cannot go to SEBI to extend time. Already we prayed to SEBI to extend time. They extended. Now almost the time is, we are nearing that completion of that extension. So we cannot go again and again. SEBI will feel wrong about us. So it becomes necessary or compulsory on our part to make it feasible, rather to put in place what SEBI wants. So in this regard, only today we are having with us Mr. Prakash Kovvali, who has rich experience in this particular segment. So he is going to take us through this process, how to do, what to do, when to do. So that's really going to be very interesting. I request all the members who hooked to this webinar today, please be attentive. And any questions, you can put it at the end of the session so that he will be ready to answer that also. Mostly he will be covering in his presentation as we discussed. But in case still you feel something is missed out, you can ask and he is ready to clarify your doubts also. With this, I'm leaving the floor to Mr. Prasadji. Not audible. Mute. You are mute.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Suresh sir. As usual, you brought the threadbare introduction of how the origin has come of the birth of the circular and how this has become a pain point for the brokers. And you also brought out the difficult areas where the brokers are presently facing. With this brief background, what actually we require the brokers are looking after. It is my privilege to introduce Mr. Prakash, he is an empaneled system auditor with NSE, MCX, and BSC. And Prakash is a CISA and as well as a CPA CC with over 20 years of experience in broking and finance markets. And he is working closely with stockbrokers, fintech platforms, and platform market intermediaries, and helping with the cybersecurity audits, technology risk management, regulatory compliance, and digital accessibility implementation. And today we request him to walk through us through the necessary compliances originating from the SEBI as well as the exchange space required for the brokers who are eagerly looking after to meet this compliance. With this, thank you very much, Prakash, for timely coming to our help in analysis in bringing out the topic to our members. I request now you to take over, please. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for the ANMI organization to giving a great opportunity to speak today. And thanks to Mahesh sir and Suresh sir and Raghavendra sir. And, coming to me, my name is Prakash and I am representing Apelogix Solutions LLP. And we work with the stockbrokers and other market intermediaries on the technology implementation, system audit, and regulatory compliances in capital markets ecosystem. Today, we are discussing about the SEBI circular related to the disability compliance related to websites and the digital platforms of the regulatory entities. I'm sharing my screen. One second. Are you able to see my screen, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Today, what we are planning is like our agenda is like we are going through SEBI circular disability related to compliance and the website regulatory entities. And in this, the objective of this session is like understanding the SEBI accessibility circular, understanding the GIGW guidelines, website accessibility requirements, and compliances for the brokers. This information we are just going through. This is the objective of this session, and why this accessibility matters. Ensure the digital platforms used by the persons with disabilities. Because why this was came into the picture now, even the deaf and dumb people or maybe disabled people need to access the entire platforms who is investing into the systems and all. It's supposed to including investing and improves the usability and the compliances related stuff. And coming to the regulatory background, right of persons with accessible Disabilities Act 2016 and the guidelines of Indian government websites apps, GIGW guidelines, and the international standards WCAG accessibility standards, and the SEBI digital accessibility circulars. And the SEBI circular highlights mainly into the accessible digital platforms mandatory, applicable for all SEBI regulatory entities, includes websites and web applications and the trading platforms, eKYC modules, and other portals. And what is GIGW guidelines? Guidelines for Indian government websites. It's mainly focusing on the access disability and the usability and the security And WCAG is accessible standards for the international standards. From there, we just implemented the GIGW guidelines, which is in India. And now we are currently using GIGW 3.0 guidelines to accommodate the disabled people into the system where they can utilize the trading applications and the mobile applications or the other platforms. How they can do investment related stuff and other areas, how they can utilize those things. For that regulatory related things, the SEBI, the exchanges is brought up with this kind of PWDC circular. And key accessibility requirements would be a text alternative for the images, where the image in websites where the image was there, and whether any for that image, is there any alternative text is given for that or not. And the keyboard navigations when the person is using the website or anything, whether by using tab or keyboard controls without using a mouse or anything, whether that website is usable by the keyboard navigations or not, and properly color contrast was there or not. Maybe a slight visibility people would be there. For them also, the contrast need to be properly visible, and that need to be implemented in the website and mobile applications too. Whether that is there or not, we need to understand. We need to verify those things. And the accessibility forms and the screen recorders, whether the website or any application which we developed, whether the screen recording would be a screen reader are able to read the entire the screen and to deliver the text whether it is there or not. So these kind of key accessibility requirements we need to verify in the website. Coming to this technical implementation, we need to verify the alt text for the images. That means like any image was which we already given in the website. For that, any alternative text is given or not. Like maybe we have given a sun rising image, and for that alt text we need to mention stating like a orange color sun is rising from east. So we need to mention alternative text over there, like in the alt tab. So that would be very easy for even for blind people to understand the things when the screen readers is reading the website. In that case, like that alt text would be the main key role to understand the things. So whether those kind of alt text was be given in the system or not, and accessible PDFs was there or not, AIRA labels is given in the system or not, any logical handling structures, whether it is implemented or not, and HTML functionalities was properly enabled or not. We need to verify all these kind of stuff in the website, mainly the website which we showcasing to the end customers like investors. And there's responsibilities for the brokers is ensuring the accessible investors platforms. Like the investor platforms would be a website, maybe a trading application, maybe a eKYC application, eKYC module, where the account opening would be processed and all. And coming to the trading applications where the investor can put their money and do the buying and selling and all those kind of stuff. And coming to this mutual platforms and ARAs and all this kind of stuff will cover in the website investor platforms. So all these need to be followed by WCA AA standards. The standards is also in the three types. Like one is A and AA and AAA. A is the basic one, and AA is the standard which we defined by the GIGW and the WAGC international guidelines and the Indian guidelines. The AA would be the standard for implementing the things. Like it would be it accommodates entire the disability related stuff and all. But the recommendation from my side is like you just check the site with the AAA standards itself only. When we aim for the AAA, then we can at least end up with AA standards. Okay, in this we need to cover the websites and mobile applications and other portals which we are using. Maybe a help desk portal, maybe a trading module, maybe a mutual fund module, or any other related stuff which is exposed to the end customer. It may come up like FAQs for your help desk ticketing system too. So we need to verify all these kinds, and we need to make it as a digital assets of the company, and we need to verify the standards. And compliance submission would be there, like as per SEBI guidelines, which we recently received in December 8th. We need to submit we need to submit the status where we are, like whether we started the implementation whether we started the implementation or not, and where we are exactly, and what are the steps we covered, and as per the PwC guidelines, is whether the infra digital assets was compiled or not. We need to submit that report by 31st March as per the Annexure B. As per the Annexure B, we need to submit this report, whether what is our URL platform, and whether the standards which we reach AA level or not, whether we achieved it, we need to mention as yes, and we need to submit the reason. And if it is no, and where we are, we need to submit this report by this 31st March 2026, including all investor facing platforms like website, back office, eKYC, and trading applications, web and mobile applications, both the things, and any research platform which we have, and any mutual funds, and any other publicly facing URLs would be maybe your help desk ticketing system, or all these kind of things. We need to verify it, and we need to make the things as per the disability standards. We need to provide this accessibility status report to the SEBI and the regulatory entities like NSE, BSE, and the depositories by this 31st March 2026. We need to submit the readiness itself only. We need not to submit any kind of audit report or anything in this time by 31st March 2026, which we have recently got the circular. In that, it was mentioned only we need to submit the readiness by 31st March 2026. And previously, which we got the circulars from the SEBI, in that it was mentioned like we need to submit the audit report by April 30th, 2026. And any vulnerabilities we identified, we need to remediate those things by June, July. And we need to submit the final report on that time. Even in April 30th also, when we are submitting the audit report, in that we need to mention what are the vulnerabilities we identified in the websites, and what are the vulnerabilities we identified in the trading modules and all. We need to submit the same digital assets which we are submitting now. And even these digital assets we already previously submitted to the exchanges, I think as per broking side, like in the month of November or something like that, we already submitted to the SEBI and the exchanges for this digital assets and all. So we need to mention just only readiness where we are by this 31st March 2026. And reporting authority is stockbrokers and the DPs need to submit to the stock exchanges and the depositories. Other entities need to report to the SEBI, and maybe they are algo providers and they are empaneled with the exchanges. They need to provide to the NSE and BSE too. And accessibility audit. This currently till now it is not at all periodically it was updated any kind of circular. But in the existing work which circulars we got till November and December, that time it was mentioned like yearly periodically we need to submit this audit reports, maybe from 2027 onwards. And for the guidelines which the SEBI is giving and all, like if any website modifications was done and any implementations which we are taking place in the trading application or mobile application or any other related areas, we need to thoroughly check the accessibility related things while we are updating any kind of feature to the broker. Maybe currently which we are using 1.0 as a trading application, and we are migrating to 1.0 to 1.1. In that case, how we will take the exchange approvals and all. In the same lines, we need to follow the accessibility related stuff also. Whether the new product, new module which we included in the trading application, whether that is as per the guidelines of the accessibility or not, we need to verify that, and we need to release that. That is also into the next release versions and all. And handling of the accessibility complaints, like if any person, any disabled person and is unable to use our services and all, like he can directly complain through the scores, and access disability category is available in that, and issues must be resolved before the closures. Like he raises how the scores portal would be there. In that, like if any accessible person was complained, then that comes to us, how other complaints is coming currently. In that lines itself only, it is also be presented in the scores, and we need to resolve them before closing it. And this implementation part, how we need to do is like we need to assess first what are the digital assets we have. Maybe our website, maybe our trading application, maybe our mobile applications or anything. We need to assess for them. We need to list down those digital assets which we have, and we need to understand like where we are exactly, whether all the things was all the websites and the trading applications which we are currently running, whether it is up to the mark of the accessibility or not. We need to understand the gap analysis, and then we need to go with the remediations, and then we need to go with the testing, and then we need to go with the compliance reporting and all. And what is the benefit of this doing these kind of exercises is better of the user experience and the regulatory compliances and inclusive of financial ecosystem. That means like we want to bring even for the disabled people also, we want to bring them to invest into the system, and the system want to be more robustic. Even for normal people also can be accommodated in the trading platform, and they need to use the entire infra which we are building and all. So for the better user experience and all, like this accessibility testing and all these things was important. And coming to this conclusion, accessibility is both a regulatory requirement and the social responsibility. As I said, like we want to bring them also onto the platform and to invest the things, and they want to be a part of the our growing India economy related stuff and all. Entities must ensure to continue this monitoring related stuff. And thanks to everyone for giving this opportunity. And I'll show you one sample, like how the as I said, like alt text and all those things. One second. This is a sample like how screen readers would be read. This is the order where the first it reads from here and it goes here,
No,
and
we're not seeing, sir. We're not able to see it.
1 second.
Yeah.
I'm sharing 1 second. Are you able to see, sir, now? Are you
Yes.
able to see?
Yes.
Yeah. So in this, like when we are using any accessibility related testing and all, like we found like this errors, like these are the errors where the code and all, like what are they missing, and this error. And if you are seeing, this is the code where this was error and all, like this color shading and all, and the references would come here. It's a contrast related stuff. This was, and I'll show another error also, like alt related thing. So this was one logo here, and the image name and everything is given, but alt tab was missing here. So it shows as an error over here. We need to mention like some rotating happening, and in that get free cybersecurity, that information was provided. We need to mention the text which we want to show, and one circle is rotating over there, and this kind of text was populated in that. We need to mention like this alt related stuff and all, like these are all the disability related stuffs. And coming to this contrast related things, so if you have seen, like this is this color combination is unable to view by the person. Like this is not up to the level AA standards. These are the level standards, whether the audio controls is there or contrast was there, and what kind of contrast we need to take, 24 px, and size of the font, all this kind of stuff would be there. So we need to follow all these guidelines as mainly. And coming to this order related thing, like when the screen reader is reading the website, it is goes in this line. Like first it reads trusted cyber system audit GRC partner for this contact, and the second it comes here, and third is comes logo with having any kind of hypertext or anything. It shows, it reads the logo stating like image with either solutions name would be there, and then it reads to home, about our services, contact us. In that, like, it will read, screen readers will read these kind of entire infra, and they populate to us. If any alt text was missing, in that case it won't read. So we need to verify these vulnerabilities, and we need to fix these vulnerabilities to understand and to give better experience to the end customer. So this was overall about this accessibility related thing. Uh, As we have some FAQs previously also with the brokers, which we have. Um, Raghavendra sir, shall we go with FAQs, or is there any queries was there in that? Raghavendra sir?
Yeah, you can go with Prakash. The if queries what
FAQs
we
which
have
we
already
have
sent to
already.
you.
Okay.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
start with explaining one of.
So in this previously, we got some queries like, is accessibility compliance mandatory for the brokers? Yes, it is mandatory for all the SEBI regulated entities who deals with stockbrokers, depositories, AMCs, and portfolio managers and other intermediaries which we are using, maybe an algo provider or any other kind of stuff. We need to do the accessibility related thing. They must ensure the investor facing digital platforms are accessible. That means, like, even for normal help desk ticket which we guys is using for third party, maybe a fresh desk or anything, that need to be an that is also be an accessibility test we need to conduct. And whether if it is not accessible, then we need to migrate to some other vendor. Maybe if the vendor is doing this kind of services, we need to discuss with them, and we need to resolve the problems which we are getting in the accessibility report, audit report. And coming to second question, which platforms must compile? So accessibility must be implemented with investor-facing digital platforms like broker websites, trading applications, mobile and the web, both the things, and back office portals which we are using, and eKYC platforms and any research platforms. And if we are using any third-party mutual fund platforms, that is also should be included in this digital assets. And what are the platforms which is visible by the brokers? That means, like, interacting with the end retail investor, that should be also be we need to conduct the audit for the accessibility. And what accessibility standards should we follow? So most of organizations will implement with WCAG 2.1 AA level compliances, but we need to at least focus for AAA, then we can come up with AA or something like that. But the recommendation and the standard for the international standards is AA, and even the GIGW is also given AA standards itself only. In this, key requirements should be the keyboard navigations, and when website is using without having any kind of mouse or any other third party instruments, we need to just navigate with a keyboard itself only for into the tabs and all, like when we are doing buying any script or selling any kind of stuff, or any we are using any kind of menu of the back office or anything. By using tab keyboard navigation itself only, it need to be redirected. Those kind of things we need to do. And the screen and reader compatibility, as we discussed, the list of 1 2, and the links would be there. So accordingly, what we need to priority when the screen reader was started, what kind of text need to be pronounced first, and what the need to be and second, we need to prioritize them, and we don't need to confuse to the end customer or investor for this. So we need to understand that, and we need to follow the WCAG guidelines, and we need to implement the screen recorders for that. And proper color contrast related thing. The color should not be a maybe a pale colors or maybe a dull colors. It should be visible by the, even for low visibility people will also visit our sites and doing this trading and other related stuff. So we need to ensure that the proper color contrast should be there for doing to do the ease of business and all. So he need to access the things very easily for that. And coming to this accessibility forms and the labels, as we discussed, the labels and all, like when we are doing website developing. In that, like we will use the labels and all, like even for the H codes, headlines and all, like H1, H2, H3. Those labels need to be in a proper manner. So accordingly, any subtitles would be there for the heading and all. Like it need to read accordingly itself only. And paragraph, when we are designing any kind of paragraph, it should be an paragraph itself only. It's not in a heading related stuff. So even when the reading screen readers would be reading the website and all, that is easy to understand if the labels is in proper condition. So we need to follow the WGAC 2.1 AA guidelines for this. And what is the compliance deadline? So coming to this compliance deadline, as we discussed earlier, as per the circular December 8th, we need to submit the readiness by 31st March 2026. In this, we need to submit only the readiness itself only. And if the system is not ready and it's not completely audited and compiled by the auditor, then there is no problem. You need to just submit no, and you need to mention the reason where you guys is there, and maybe you appointed an auditor and the audit testing was happening and all. You need to mention where the status was there. We need to mention that, and we need to submit to the exchange. And this should be on the letterhead of the broker itself only. It's a voluntarily document. And any support is required, like you need to coordinate with your auditor and you take his inputs and populate in the annexure B and submit to the exchange. And don't do any negative things, like we are not using mobile application. Only one or two clients is using the mobile application, and we don't want to disclose that one, and we want to continue with the existing other infra and all. Don't do that one. You just mention the mobile application also, and you need to compile for that too. Maybe in future, if you are not voluntarily declare those things, maybe SEBI will come up with some other sources they may know. And if any proof they ask, na, in that case, like they leave a penalty for the broker. And so exchanges and the SEBI is trusting us. We need to be voluntarily, when we are submitting any kind of document, it should be in a proper manner itself only. And where should the broker submit this compliance reports? And the stockbrokers and the depository participants should submit to the stock exchanges, the DPs, and other related entities should submit to the SEBI and other related organizations. Is an accessibility audit is required? Yes. Yes. Is accessibility audit is required? Yes. Regulated entities should conduct periodic accessibility audits, typically performed for annually by certified accessibility professionals. So in this only, as I shown, some free tools was available in the market. So by using them, we can identify the vulnerabilities. But deep level identification won't be possible in these free tools. We need to verify those tools, those related areas like AA, AAA standards and all, and other code related stuff and all, like color combinations and all. Like these things would be evaluated with a third party tools itself only, not with the free tools. So we need to verify those within the depth level. When we are digging into the system, we need to identify the vulnerabilities and we need to fix them in a permanent manner. So can investors raise accessibility complaints? Yes, investors can submit their issues by using SCORES portal, and a dedicated accessibility complaint category is available for that. Entities must resolve the issues before closing the complaint. So if any accessible disabled person has raised any kind of complaint to the scores, then the complaint would be tagged to the broker, and the broker need to be taken precautionary actions for that, and they need to resolve the actions, resolve the issues before closing this complaint. And what if the platform is not fully compliant yet? Okay, entity should conduct accessibility assessment and identify the gaps and implementation remediation and submit the status readiness. Focus should be on the continuous improvement. So as we discussed like previously, if at all we not at all compliant yet, means like now the date is 16th March and the deadline was 31st March for submitting the readiness and all. Like now we appoint an auditor, or maybe from our side itself only, if you have in-house team and all, like you guys testing your websites and digital assets which you guys have, and you need to submit no itself only, and you need to submit the reason where you guys is stuck up, and maybe it's a vendor dependency, or maybe your in-house team implementing those things. You just mention those things and submit this by 31st March. And later, these audit need to be conducted by the April 30th, as we got the previous circulars. If any new circulars was then came in between 31st March, any exemptions may come or may not come. If at all it's not came, then we need to conduct the audit by April 30th, 2026, and we need to find out the vulnerabilities, and we need to resolve them by the June. So we have much time to to test the infra and all, and to resolve these kind of issues. And what tools can be used for the accessibility testing? Common tools like Wave accessibility tools and Google Lighthouse, Axe Dev tools, accessibility insights, and manual testings. Some would be on manual testings, and some would be on navigation related thing, keyboard navigations and all. Like some manual testings would be there. So we need to verify all the things. Like we need to go with the manual testing and the system testing both. Does the accessibility apply for the mobile apps? Yes. So accessibility applies for the digital platforms, websites, mobile apps, and the investor portals. All these three. And is proprietary trading platform required to comply the SEBI accessibility requirement? If only prop trading is going on, then there is no need to go with this accessibility and all. And even in that prop trading also, one or two clients was there, and they want to do they are already utilizing the trading applications and all. In that case, then we need to conduct this accessibility testing and all. And if at all no public accessibility things was there, like only one or two clients was there, and they are doing the trading with the dealer and internal admin modules itself only, then there is no need for the trading application accessibility and all. Only we need to go with the web application and the back office which we are providing to the customer. We need to do that one. And coming to this, a sample manager which we need to submit, like it's a sample. So abcsecurities.com, and the AA standards was no, because accessibility assessment completed, remediation for the color contrast and image all text progress, target for the March 2026, target to completion by March 2026, maybe 31st March we can conclude. But till that it is no. If at all it was done, then we need to mention as yes, and we need to submit to that. Like it's a fully compliant, we can make it. Coming to this trade, which we have a trading application, trade.abcsecurities.com, and we mentioned standard as no. Trading platform accessibility testing completed. Keyboard navigation, screen recorder, and compatibility improvements is under development. So we need to verify these things. So all this, like if anything was there now, then it is fully compliant. Then we need to mention as yes, and we need to mention back office portal tested and using accessibility tools compliant with the WCAG AA requirements. So we need to mention like this. So these are the samples which which you guys can use this one. And thank you. Yeah, and I think some queries was there. Can you elaborate more on accessibility PDFs? That means like website reading PDFs.
Yeah.
Okay. In this also, like we need to follow the AA standards itself only, sir. We need to verify whether the PDF which we are opening, whether screen recording is screen reader is reading that PDF or not. We need to verify those things. And if at all it is not at all readable by the screeners, maybe you guys is taken a printout and then you convert it as a PDF and upload it, then that is the not readable condition and all. So we need to verify those things, whether the PDF is normal PDF itself only, then whether the readable condition. then the screen recorder is reading that one or not. We need to verify that. And any color combinations which you guys is using in the PDF, maybe a lighter version of the color and all, like we need to verify all this kind of stuff, like how we are verifying the website and all, like we need to verify these related stuff too. And also please share the differences between GIGW and WCAG. And the GIGW standards is taken from the international standards itself only. WCAG will cover all the points which the Indian government is also implementing in the same lines itself only, the 3.0 version, which we are using. I think in the GIGW 3.0 version guidelines has some page number 42, some 70, something 79, some pages was there. In that almost all 50 guidelines is which the government of India is given. So you guys can go through with that, and you can find the most of the things was there covered in GIGW would be there in the WCAG itself only. It's an international standards and this is an Indian standards. So as per the daily mails, contact notes, invoices were sent to mails need to be in line with these guidelines. Still now, even exchange, even SEBI is not at all declared this thing. Only investor facing platforms only we need to mention. Coming to this emails and invoices, that is contact note or whatever it may be, which is sending to the customer. Maybe if his phone or how he can check other mails and all, like maybe he is using third party email solution or anything, Gmail or anything, in that any reader facility would be there, then automatically it reads that, and even he can use those things. And Prelogix is not empaneled as per the circular. Sir, Raghavendra sir, what is this Prelogix?
What is
It's a company?
Prelogix, I don't know. Yes.
Okay. Is there any deadline for
the
appointing
third
an
query,
auditor?
Prakash, for invoices and contract notes, this need not be done. No? This audit
Sir,
will not be applicable, right?
because no, sir, it is sending via broker side, and it is there in maybe a client's inbox or maybe in his mobile. So currently for that, I think
you can give me offline opinion later in case there is any
sure.
verification to be
I'll
done.
text you. I'll just
I
go
will
through with the
circulate
circular
to
and I'll
our
do.
members. Okay.
Done. Yeah.
Is there a
And
deadline for appointing an auditor?
no, sir. Nothing was like that because if at all the in-house team was there and they are capable to do this kind of exercises, they can do individually and they can perform this readiness document by 31st. They can individually do this one. And if at all they are not at all capable, that means like in-house team was not there and they are unable to do this kind of exercises, then they need to appoint an auditor. Anyhow, they need to appoint an auditor by to conduct the audit by April 30th. So meanwhile, like you appoint today or maybe on 30th or maybe on April 15th or April 25th or end of the day of April 30th, that's purely on your wish itself only. When the exchange is, the SEBI is given mandate in the December month, that leverage was given to the brokers stating like the appointment of the auditor is not mandatory and even you can submit the readiness itself only. So this is not this purely on the broker side itself only. It's a broker call whether you appoint today and do entire audit and you make your systems entirely ready with the proper documentation, proper audit reports and all. It's purely on your hands itself only. Even you can appoint in the next month also. There is no problem and there is no date for this.
So if not appointed yet, how should we report the status? Also, how should we report readiness compliance with accessibility requirements?
That what I shared in one screen as in FAQs. We need to mention a list of entire digital assets which we have and where we are, like whether it is compiled yes or no. We need to mention that one. If no, we need to give the remarks. If yes, we need to give remarks stating like we followed the GIGW guidelines and WCAG guidelines, and as per that it is it is compliant. We need to mention, if mention yes, we need to mention that one. If no, where we are, like we are working on the all text related stuff or screen reader related thing, where we are stuck up, we need to mention those things. And we are working for some of the progressing of all text related things, and where we are exactly, we need to mention those things, and we need to submit the readiness report to the SEBI and regulatory entities on the same time by 31st March.
During your presentation, you mentioned some tools for the purpose
Sir.
of carrying out the test. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
That-
Yes.
Whether those tools are sufficient to find out the readiness,
Yes,
or
sir.
any expert, I mean, like you, should be deployed to find out.
Sir, anyhow, maybe today is 16th of March, sir. We need to submit the report by April 30th. For each and every broker, some of the brokers will have lesser static pages or lesser website pages, 20, 25, something like that. If at all the guy having 200 pages or 250 pages, for them to at least assess entire their trading platform, web application, mobile application, all these things will take 15 to 20 days of time. So whether those guys is appointed today, and even the auditor can give the audit report, the readiness report to them by 31st, and he carries the entire his audit by 30th of April 2026. So if at all it is huge and the internal team is not capable to handle these things, then giving to the auditor is the best solution, sir.
No, that means the auditor will just give you the picture, status of the readiness. Then who
Yes.
will do that? Who will do that? The web developer has to do the all rectifications.
Yes, 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 sir.
So
The
auditor,
errors and the report is given, like how we are practicing with the VAPT, which cybersecurity VAPT, how we are doing, sir. In the same lines, the vulnerabilities would be identified and the report would be given to the broker stating like over in this page, in this home page, so and so errors was there, and we mention as low, high, and moderate risk levels, also low, high, and severity we mentioned. And in that, like in that, the broker side developer need to take care about these things. All text was missed, so they need to discuss with the broker, and they need to mention the all text, what context we want to give over there, and they need to mention all these. And again, once that was done now, so again the broker will come to auditor will re-verify the entire process, and if nothing was there, he'll give complete readiness report. That means like it's not readiness report, it's a complete report stating like no vulnerability identified, and this site is as per the WGAC and GIGW guidelines, PWDC guidelines and all.
that means at the start of the audit itself, developer also should be involved with the auditor.
Yes, sir. Once the audit was completed, that like maybe it depends on their pages and all. Like it will take time for the initial investigation and all. Once the initial investigation was done, then the report would be given to the broker, and parallelly the developer need to work on those things, and we need to medicate those things. We need to medicate and we need to re-verify, and then only the auditor will give the certification.
Okay.
How to check the digital accessibility of apps, like you suggested, for websites. So for this, like sir, for website related stuff, some free tools was available, but the mobile we need to procure the license tools itself only, and we need to deploy those, and then we need to test it. So free tools was not available. Even parallelly, I'll try to figure out if anything is there. Now I'll pass to Raghavendra sir. Raghavendra sir will share with you on this.
Prakash, what I understand is the requirement, if it is huge, then approaching an auditor may be, cost-wise beneficial to the broker. Most of the times we get inquiry, sir, I have only 3 clients or 5 clients. How I should bring down my cost? So, Bill, my question is, the tools what you just suggested, if I hand over those tools to such type of brokers, can they handle themselves without incurring cost of no auditor, etc., etc.? How,
Sir,
what is your
if
confidence?
if the broker have only 3 to 4 clients or maybe 10 clients, and maybe his website is very low site itself only. Maybe he'll have 4 or 5 static pages, or maybe a 10 static pages site, including this IGRP related stuff and all, like complaints, grievance PDFs would be there. So all these will come around, like pages would be very lesser site itself only. And having 10 clients means you don't have the trading application too. Maybe he uses Bow or any other related stuff and all. And his back office system is also be not faced to the end customer mainly. So he have only website. So doing website is, it's normal cost itself only. Like going with the auditor itself only the best suggestion. Like if he can do maybe a single page website or anything, he can use the way which tools which I shown, and I'll share with you the document also. So if at all they are capable to do this activity by themselves, they can do that one. But the audit report at anyhow, like CPACC guy only need to be certified, or CPACC or WBS or any other IAP certified person only, he need to give certification and
Oh,
all. So at anyhow, like he struggled
so
for entire this activity and all. Like he need to come down to certification part also at least. At the time also, that auditor will verify entire the things, and then only he'll give the certification.
so there is no
No,
escape
no,
from the cost
that
what I'm
means
going to incur from the auditor's point
no,
of view.
no, no. That means the package for auditor involve, I mean, includes readiness as well as certification.
That's what I'm saying, sir. Like even that is the best thing. Like before, like next month at anyhow, we need to submit that one. Why we need to struggle the as a broker? Why we need to struggle now to make the readiness and all? Like we directly give it to him. Like he only does the readiness document what we need to submit to the exchange and all. He'll give it to us. At the same time, like in the next month, what the audit is conducted and the report was given. So that is also be parallelly worked out. Like it's a club, as Suresh sir said, like it's a combination of both the things, and that can be utilized.
Combo offer.
Combo offer, yeah, maybe. Who is taking the audit services? Then this may be a free return gift or something like that.
Rather, you are. I'm inferring like this. Even if you appoint later on for audit, the same fees.
Yeah,
That's
same
what.
fees. It would be on same lines itself only.
Yeah,
Correct, sir.
that's what you are conveying. Okay, okay.
Uh-huh.
No
At
problem.
anyhow, we need to pay auditor fees. Then before itself only, once we completed the accessibility gap analysis and all, like even broker will have a chance to stating like these are the vulnerabilities which we have, and we need to resolve them. These are the things by next month 30th. So the broker will have also have 45 days of time, and even they can directly
Okay.
engage with the developer and all, like to do the necessary steps which are severe. Maybe a low category related things, maybe they may take very few minutes, they can resolve them. But coming to this high vulnerability severity related stuff would be there, some that may take some more time. Like any video was uploaded in the website and there is no text is coming in the bottom. So in that case, like we can recommend stating like you just remove the video from the website, you just upload in YouTube and give take the link from there and populate here, then automatically the text would be populated in the bottom. So those kind of remediations would be there. So if at all some images which the brokers is already implemented and the management doesn't know about the image and all, but the image is there in the website, but it's there is no use of that one, so we can remove that image without having hesitation or anything. So there is no meaning of that image staying in the website and all. So those kind of things would be sorted out, and any unnecessary, unwanted things would be there in the websites and trading applications. Those things would be removed, and the revamp of the website would be done in a proper manner. So in this, like my humble suggestion is to all the brokers, you just involve your management also into the system, so that they can also know what is the pain points and how we need to do implementation things and all. Even the management was there with us while we are implementing these kind of stuff. That is very easy for us to do, and to achieve the target very fastly.
Is it applicable to all small, medium, large brokers?
Yes, sir. It's applicable to everyone. Even for self-certified is also it is applicable, because even self-certified also below 10,000 clientele would be there. Maybe one, if the broker have one client as an investor, then it is applicable.
No, I'm not having investor such a PWD. I'm not having. But I'm
No,
falling
sir.
under the self-certification.
Yes.
What?
Yes, sir.
Applicable.
Applicable. Whether we have PWD client or not, that is secondary. What we need to give is like we need to accommodate the accessibility person in the system. So even for not having a single client of PWDC or anything, we need to evaluate all these things, and we need to compile as per the SEBI guidelines, and we should be there on the floor with the standards recommended by GIGW and WCAG.
So
Only prop trading.
self-certification means I am certifying that everything is in order as per the requirement.
Self-certified category means as per SEBI, that is the thing. Yes, sir.
So unless I am very clear on that, I can't do that naturally.
Yes. And if at all only prop trading is going on, sir, in that case, it's not required.
Yeah, that's what you mentioned.
Yes.
But
Any
still, the
investor
certificate from
interaction
auditor
will
is
be-
required, no, Prakash? In
Yes, sir.
self-certificate, in self-certified also, the auditor certificate should be
Is
ensured.
required, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Required.
It's required.
That is
Yes,
ultimately
required.
that is what you are clarifying. In any
Yes.
case, the requirement of auditor is compulsory.
Yes.
Better you take the service and also take the certificate along with it. That is what you are saying.
Yes, sir.
Otherwise,
Even
anybody
one.
can do by themselves and
Yes.
submit.
Yes. This
Like a
readiness can
chartered
be
accountant
submitted by
certified,
anyone. Yes.
Financials. Mahesh sir, you are asking something.
Any means any investor is involved, you need to get this audit.
Yes, sir. Correct.
And the purely proprietary only exempted, I think. That is what you said.
Yes.
Who is
Yes.
not having the proprietary, who don't have doesn't website.
Yes, sir. Proprietary means, sir, like proprietary is like his own trading only, no, sir. The member
Own trading,
will
but
trade
somebody
his
may
own.
put
That's
a
it.
website, right? That is-
Maybe if it's purely on his broker wish, maybe he want to do, he can do. If not, na, he can mention stating like he need to submit the declaration to SEBI stating like I'm doing only prop trading, so it is not applicable for us. They need to
if he is
submit the
having
readiness.
website, then it is compulsory.
Yes.
Irrespective of whether I'm
Maybe
doing
in future
prop or,
they may want to add any new client or anything. In that case, it is compulsory.
no. Irrespective of that, I'm saying I'm having website. I'm doing only prop. I don't need to put my website, but I am putting my website as my entity is registered entity, right?
Maybe they
Recognized
have
under
only single page or something like that, no, sir. In that, much charges won't be applicable for that.
as a
It is a
one
very
page. You are
limited.
saying page wise
Maybe
restriction.
one page or maybe 5 pages site would be there. It's hardly charge around 10,
And
15,000,
purely
something like
proprietary.
that. Yeah, it's a proprietary, na. In that case, it won't be.
Okay.
Along with the mobile application and the websites of IAP audit is to be done for social media platforms as well. अभी तक तो still now there is no stating like social media platforms also we need to do. But maybe in future, if SEBI brought up with a new circular stating like you guys need to go with social media platforms, then we need to do. Because social media platforms is not in our control. Those are there handled by maybe a Facebook or LinkedIn or maybe X. So they have their own platform. So maybe they need to follow the guidelines. But as a broker, we can't do in that. Like we just create one account over there and we are just populating our information over there. So I think it is not there still now. Maybe in future, maybe SEBI come up with some other kind of sort of questions. In that case, maybe we'll check this one. Do you have any report of back office platforms as well as not client facing? Do we have to report back office platform as well as it's not client facing? No, if at all client is not facing any kind of back office platform, then there is no need to update that information. You just mention as NA itself only for that. Only platforms which is facing to the end customer. Sir Suresh sir, आपका mute है. You are in mute.
No, if you provide the link for back office, then applicable.
Yes, sir. So if at all link was not provided in anywhere like website or anything, then there is no requirement to do this activity because no client will come to the URL or not log into the system and he is not utilizing that kind of services, then there is no requirement for this. I think almost all queries was completed, sir.
And we received almost 57 questions, and we have forwarded to Mr. Prakash, and he had
Okay.
taken all the pains to summarize those questions and converted all of those into FAQs for our clarification to our members. Mostly all of them are clarified. In case still there are some queries to be addressed or some clarifications are expected, the members can write to us. And Suresh sir, anything from your side and the last observations?
Sir, आप म्यूट पे है सर.
Has opened up our thoughts and I mean, what I can say, give some clear ideas today, what to do, how to do, because so far even myself was not clearly knowing what to do. Today, I think it has clearly emerged that there is a responsibility on our side, first to fix the readiness issue, then to make the auditor to complete that readiness, then get the certificate, then submit the certificate. So this is how the process should go. And whatever you say, these sites, websites, for blind only, you are saying screen reader. For blind only,
Yeah,
you are
yes.
saying.
For blind only, the screen readers would be there, sir. And low color visibility is also
Screen
the
reader, I have to
contrast.
provide. I have to provide screen reader.
Screen read, sir, automatically is there in the version which they are using. Maybe they are using a Mac or maybe a Windows laptop. In that, the screen reader would be there automatically.
Okay.
So automatically, our website need to be read by the screen reader.
Screen reader, okay.
Yes, we need to take all text and the images, naming and all, like we need to mention.
One more thing I want to ask you, banks also supposed to do like this. Am I correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, correct.
Am I correct? So I think I heard they developed a commonly one platform, all the requirements, and put it for the purpose of, whoever wants to invest or something like that. Such solutions, why we are not advocating? That's what I heard. I don't know.
Sir,
don't
in
know.
this now, most of the people, most of the brokers is using empanel vendors itself only. So if at all vendor did this kind of activity, then all the brokers will in safe side itself only. They need to go with the website itself only to verify this accessibility and all. And any their help desk ticketing system or any other related stuff which is they're wantedly providing to the end customers. So for that only audit need to be taken care. Now what happened, like even SEBI is also not doing this kind of exercise, because vendor variable things would be there. Like if a broker, if at all vendor was there, like if he took Symphony or 63 moves or any other Odin platforms. So in Odin also, some of the brokers will have customization related stuff and all. So they'll change their colors, they change their logos or some other related stuff. Some color combinations would be there. They'll vary those things. So for that variable changes, even SEBI is also asking to perform this activity with all the brokers. So the variable changes would be there with the broker to broker. It varies, because in back office also, if you have seen, like some of the brokers will have their own back office. That means like they'll take APIs from existing vendors, maybe a Shilpi or Corp or LD or anything. They'll take the APIs and they've made their middleware as a back office. And they want to populate only the profit and loss or maybe their gainings and all. Like they'll, what are the required information they want to showcase in the middleware. So they'll showcase that one, and they scrap the back office web application, and they'll utilize this one. So in that case, like even the vendor was already empaneled and he is already having IAAP certification and all. In this case also, that third party application which we developed in house. So for that we need to go with IAAP certifications and all. So in this, like broker to broker, the things would be varies, and for that we need to go with a compulsory IAP to start.
Okay. For how many days it will take to prepare the gap analysis, to do the gap analysis?
It's purely on the broker size, sir. So we need to verify first the broker size. What are the digital assets they have? So if you have seen, some of the brokers will have more than 10 or 12 digital assets. They'll use MF with a third party, eKYC with a third party, and they'll have backup payment gateways. maybe they'll website having a normal payment gateway and the trading having one payment gateway, and they're having multiple trading applications too, and mobile applications they have 4. So in that case, like it will take more time to analyze those gaps and all, like to identify these things. So it will take time. It purely depends on the broker size. Accordingly, we need to carry out this exercise.
Good.
I think Prakash, can I ask another supplementary question? If my members are all not yet taken any engagement with any of the IAP because of the shortage, etc. reasons. So, do you think that for a 10 pages website and one mobile application like what you all said, this without any complexity, which is a very simple 2-3 assets, 10 days or 20,
10,
30
15
days,
days, 15 days is maximum
15,
time.
20
We can,
days.
15,
Yeah.
20 days.
Okay. Okay.
We need to identify first, sir, in this automation testing would be there. So some tools we'll use and we'll verify it. By using tools, we will do some of the activities, and some manual testing would be there, like keyboard related stuff and all, like those things should be on manual itself only. The screen reader should be on the manual basis itself only. We need to verify like what are the physical things we need to verify, and what are the what automation things we need to validate. So automation things would be validated very fastly. On the manual work, the audit report generation itself only, it will take time. Like the report would be generated. We need to give a proper screen stating like this was the error and we need to fix in this line. So we need to write the document itself only, it will take time, sir. So rest all the things would be done very fastly. The report making itself only, it will take time.
So are the tools what you have mentioned or referred to us are all subscription based, or is it a free accessible?
So some of the tools was free, sir. Some of the tools was very costly. Like it costs around 15-20 lakhs also.
No. Then for an ordinary small broker, he cannot do by himself,
He
right?
can't do that. That's the problem
Okay.
actually. Coming to this mobile applications and all, we need to depending upon the tools itself only. And coming to this web application, we can go with a Wave and Google Fireworks is there. So by using this kind of stuff, we can utilize those things and we can generate the report. But anyhow, at the end of the day, we need to go with auditor and doing signature and all. Like at the time, he also verify entire the things with his tools and all. Like he just do
Some
a signature.
mismatches may be there. He may
Mismatches
say,
would be there, like he may come up with some other like stating like you
Yeah.
just mentioned this one, but as per this it's not there. So by you using deep analysis and all, like we found this error, you just resolve this and you just come back. So some mismatches would be there, so we need to verify those things also.
So in any case, our member cannot escape IAAP
Yeah,
appointment.
ये जो है सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने पकड़ लिया सर बस होता है. In this case, we can't escape because even the small brokers, it is very pain. But the thing is like we need to compile with the SEBI guidelines is because we are a broker.
Suresh sir, I'll give you for your last observation, sir. We have already engaged longer time. Any observation from your side, sir?
Yeah, I think today it is very clear, and you can go ahead with the closer note.
Thank you, Prakash, for giving your time. We have with us Mr. Mahesh Desai, who is the Director and National Council of ANMI, who is actually is the chairman of our exchange committee of the board. And he is a seasoned capital market professional with 31 years of experience and currently associated with Sunidhi as a director, overseeing operations and compliance, proven experience in regulatory adherence, back office operations, and ensuring seamless functioning within capital market framework. I think, sir, you are the expert, not only expert in the area of exchange space and looking after this. You can give your observations and the last words on this webinar, and also present vote of thanks to Prakash. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Prasad. First, thanks to Suresh ji for giving a full SEBI circular requirement, what the broker need to do it. Then to Prakash ji for giving what are the processes there for the requirement of the SEBI circular and why it is required by the government. Then just elaborating by the FAQs, giving all the question answers readily. I think that already Prasad has told that 58 questions something. And after that on online also, whatever the queries we received, it is with the detailed discussion. You had elaborated what are the requirements. Ideally, it is that all the third-party tools what we are using, right from the wherever we give the investor services, it is from the website or a trading application or a back office application where the investor is involved. We need to get it certified by IIP registered auditor. Now, that also you mentioned that on a 31st deadline, we need to just give the readiness detail only. And by April 30th only, we need to give the report, what are the deficiencies are there. Now, I think we'll again engage you, Prakash ji, for the more of a, who are the auditors are available or how we can go ahead with this compliance. And thank you for right now. I think we will catch you up within the next few days.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the opportunity, sir.
So nice.
Thank
And
you,
we are
sir.
thankful to
Thanks.
President sir for spending time and also giving a thought of holding this clarificatory webinar, and which is on the subject has very become useful to our members. I believe our members are going to use the services of the expertise, and we look forward, as Mahesh sir said, in the coming days, another webinar if need be. With this, with the permission of the chair and also Mahesh Desai sir, Prakash ji, thank you very much for your all engagement, and we will be coming back to you for more clarifications if need be. Thank you.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Thanks
Thank you
for
so
all.
much.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you, sir. Thanks to everyone.
Thank
Yeah.
you.